Alright, so you might be asking yourself, well, why did you start out the episode by going to a ocean monument and taking out the Elder Guardians? Well, that's because I needed all of this. And not all of it. I wanted all of this, but I needed some of this. Because we're going to be building my house today, and yeah, I want to use some prismarine blocks for the roof of it. So, figured, while we were there, we might as well stock up. But I'm going to go ahead and take these blocks right here, well, these ones right here, to the nether and dry them out. Because it's a lot quicker than trying to dry them out in the overworld. Alright, so now that my house is done and I actually have a place to stay while we're over here, I think that I actually might be done with this area for now. I mean, it's kind of crazy. We've been working on this one since we got started, and yeah, I still got a lot more to do around here. Like, I want to improve the area over here. I want to improve that area over there. I want to add some more houses there. But I also kind of want to start a new adventure because I've been thinking about something that I've been looking into, which is if we come over here and we look, you know, we have a pretty massive biome over here. Pretty massive. I mean, all biomes are massive. But we have a pretty massive desert over here. And I've gone through and I've explored as much of this as I can find, just to kind of see where I want to build at. And I'm thinking that I really would like to build something either right over here, or because I want to try and stay away from the village on this one. And there's a village right here. There's a temple right here. I mean, this is all stuff that we've already seen, because I'm pretty sure I recorded most of the desert trip. But if we go right around here, there's not much in the way of villagers. And then I think over here there may also be some these might be big enough for us to build something, but I want to do kind of a biodome. And I mean, I also want to do something down here in the taiga. Like, we have a beach here, we got an old growth spruce taiga here, and old growth spruce is what's going to, or old growth pine is what's going to give us our black dog that we usually have with us, which is, as most of you know, my actual real life dog. So I'm thinking we might pack up some stuff into some shulker boxes and head on out over that way, because we've got a pretty good home base here. We can always come back here. We can, you know, do some more stuff here, but I do want to get working on another project, and I want the project to be inland, because where I live, it's starting to get a little bit colder. And for some reason I want to make something that's a little more cozy. So we'll probably do the spruce, actually. So let me gather some materials, and then we'll come back once I have them, and we will get started on getting everything done for our little adventure. So we're heading to the taiga, because I want to not only do a taiga, like a house in the taiga, but I also want to do like a taiga biome build for like the village. My favorite village in the game is the taiga biomes, mainly just because of they have so much life in them, and I feel like we could possibly round up the villagers for now, like in their houses, and then slowly transform each house and do something a little bit different than, you know, the beach area. Because don't get me wrong, I like what we've built at the beach, but it's getting a little colder here where I live, and I feel like actually going over and doing something with the taiga area would actually be pretty nice to do. Alright, so fortunately enough, we have a little structure here from when I was exploring the world back when we had the Structurify structures on. So we still have like a place to lay our head at night, and I'm only going to do this for a little while, but I'm planning on leaving the structure here. Sorry about that. Planning on leaving the structure here and, you know, using it for now, because one, I like the view that it has, and two, it's actually relatively close to where we are building, because we are actually building right over here. Well, we're not building yet. We're going to be clearing out a large portion of the area over here. Oh, we got some new wolf friends. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and clear out some of these spruce trees, go get some of the oak trees cleared out in the forest that's nearby so we can have some more wood. And then I will do some exploring around here. Maybe we'll tame some dogs. And then I think that might be it for the episode, because I'm definitely not going to get this house built today. I still got a lot of clearing to do and a lot of materials to gather. Alright, so I figured while I was chopping some trees, I would go ahead and talk to you guys about a few things. So, I recently got a 3D printer, and I remember I mentioned something about it. I think I put it into the video. A few weeks ago, I talked about it, mentioned that I was, contemplating getting it. So I went ahead and got it, and besides the fact that I'm still kind of learning the ropes on this type of 3D printer, because I had a traditional FDM style printer prior, I'm still kind of learning the ropes on this one. Let's go ahead and put that back. And I'm also in the process of learning how to 3D model. Now, I'm teaching myself all of this. I mean, I can do Minecraft skins. Those are pretty easy. That's mainly just a lot of Photoshop. But teaching myself how to 3D model has been fairly hard. I tried to do some of it with my FDM printer that I had. And while I was able to do it, I was mostly doing like structural stuff, stuff that you wouldn't really have as, a sculpture in a world, and or something like that to actually look at. But that being said, I've been doing a lot of stuff with my character, because I figured, have an FDM printer, and Buzzy107 Plays, which is my YouTube channel, is part of Buzzy Designs, which is my company. And the reason why is, my nickname is Buzzy in real life, and yeah, just kind of something that always stuck with me. So just the name I decided to go with. Nothing crazy sentimental about it. But that being said, I was wondering if you guys would be interested in possibly, now there's no pressure to do this, and I'm really bad at self-promoting, but anyways, if you guys are interested in it, I am going to be doing some Buzzy little 3D prints. Now, Buzzy, while that is my nickname, the character for Buzzy Designs is a little skull, and I didn't use him for my Minecraft skin just because I figured it would look a little bit better if I used myself, or at least a character that looked similar to me. And obviously I'm not a guy with a skull on his, without any skin on it. So it's a little skull guy. I have one that is, so far I have one that is just like the everyday theme of the character. I also have one that is a steampunk character to kind of emulate what we did on Vault Assault. The style is a little bit different. He's not wearing the same kind of clothes because obviously I couldn't get a top hat in Vault Assault, even though we had the goggles, which I made sure to put the goggles on there, and they are the Create, well, my version of the Create goggles. And they are, none of these are going to be block style. I mean, I can do them in a block style, but I wanted to do them a little more realistic. They are chibi characters, so they do have the small bodies and the big heads, but they aren't, they aren't Minecraft styled, if that makes any sense whatsoever. They're Minecraft inspired as far as the character, but they're not Minecraft styled as far as the art design. I'm also have done a samurai one, which I haven't done a samurai character in Minecraft, but I think that would be something pretty cool that we could do with like a Japanese art style. How many do we have? Oh, we got 2 stacks. That's actually not bad at all. That's not a style that I've gone with in here, and I will definitely be going with it. But I have a one where he's wearing an Oni mask and he's more of a Ronin. One where he is, you know, just a full-on samurai, and then one where he's just a Ronin with a straw hat. And that one I haven't finished yet because I need to put the other hand on. But those are going to be up, and those will be available. More than likely, they'll be available on Etsy. And I will put a link to the Etsy shop in the video if I do create it by the time this video goes out. But this video is already delayed because I had family in town. My brother-in-law and my sister-in-law were in town. And, you know, it was a little hectic around here that week because we also had Halloween stuff with the little one, and then, you know, everything with getting the 3D printers and getting those all set up and rearranging my little workspace so that I could do 3D printing while, you know, in between doing stuff on YouTube. It just got a little hectic. But like I said, if I have them available on Etsy, I will put them up. It's just a matter of making sure that everything is right when they're finished printing. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and chop a few more trees down. We have quite a bit. I want to at least get a stack of birch as well, and then finish out the stack of oak. But yeah, I'm going to chop some more trees, and then I will meet you guys back over in the area where we will have our area hopefully cleaned out when we come back. Alright, so I think we got a good like area started here. Now I am going to clear out more trees off in this direction, and then also like off in that direction, because I am going to be making a path over to the other villages, the village over there and the village over there. But I think that we can clear out probably a little bit more of a circumference around here, maybe not in a perfect circle. And then we can put a log cabin in here, maybe a log cabin, or maybe we can go with, you know, something a little more medieval, because of the fact that we are in a wooded area with some really large trees. I forgot how large these trees were in the old growth pines. But yeah, I think that we can do that. Definitely get some more trees taken out, get some more of an area opened up, and then we can probably make a path over to that fire station or fire watchtower that's over there, just like through the trees and stuff, and using some of the brown mushrooms, you know, just some of the stuff that's in the environment here, because I got some brown mushrooms and I've got quite a bit of spruce wood. Because if we go over here and look, I've got over 3 stacks of spruce wood, and that's just what's on me there. I also have basically a whole nother stack. So I've got 4 stacks and 11 of spruce wood. Stacking 15. Oh, actually, no, I got more spruce wood than that. With that being said, that is all I'm going to have time for this episode, because this episode is already going out a week late, and I want to get started on the next episode so I can try and get back on track. I know we've been a little sparse here and there, but again, I thank you guys for all your support on this series that you guys have been showing so far. It's good to get back into doing just some vanilla stuff. I will be trying to link that Etsy store and getting you guys some pictures of the stuff that I've been working on with this 3D printer. But until next time, my name has been Buzzy107. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you guys have a good one. All right, guys. Bye.